Amistad and Harper Audio present Jonah's Gourd, a novel by Zora Neale Hurston, with a foreword by Rita Dove and an afterword by Henry Louis Gates, Jr. Performed by Robin Miles. A note before we begin. This audiobook contains a glossary of terms. To access this section, navigate to the glossary track near the end of the book. To Bob Wunsch, who is one of the long-winged angels, right round the throne. Go, Gator, and muddy the water. Forward. "You likes that old train, I see," the Negro said to John, watching him as he all but fell down into the railroad cut, trying to keep sight of the tail of the train. "Yeah, man, I liked it that. It say something, but I ain't heard it enough to tell what it say yet." "You know what it say?" "It don't say nothing. It just make a powerful racket, that's all." "No, it say some words, too. I'm coming here plenty more times, and then I'll tell you what it say." When the publishing house of J.B. Lippincott inquired if the author of the short story The Gilded 6 Bits was working on a novel, Zora Neale Hurston took paper and pencil and headed for home. She rented a room in Sanford, Florida, next door to the all-black town where she had grown up, and began to write Jonah's Gourd. In October 1933, a scant 4 months later, the manuscript was accepted for publication. Jonah's Gourd takes the classic form of the Bildungsroman. John, an unlettered but determined young man, ventures forth to make his fortune. What he learns of the world and his own nature form the trajectory of his life and the novel. Like those of many Black Americans, John's origins are murky. His mother Amy bears him while working on Alf Pearson's farm. She marries Ned Crittenden and moves to the other side of Big Creek. Ned, who was raised a slave, despises John for what he represents, for there is every indication that John is the illegitimate son of the white judge. Even as a young man, John is aware of the power of utterance. His fear of the first locomotive he sees is quickly replaced by the desire to understand it. And though he never learns to speak to his own soul, he is fascinated by the infinite variety of nature's music. John sat on the footlog and made some words to go with the drums of the creek. Things walked in the birch woods, creep, creep, creep. The hound dog's lyric crescendo lifted over and above the treetops. He was on the footlog, halfway across the big creek, where maybe people laughed and maybe people had lots of daughters. The moon came up. The hunted coon panted down to the creek. The tenor-singing hound dog went home. Night passed. No more Ned. No hurry. No telling how many girls might be living on the new and shiny side of the big creek. John almost trumpeted exultantly at the new sun. He breathed lustily. He stripped and carried his clothes across, then recrossed and plunged into the swift water, and breasted strongly over. This passage contains all the elements of John's spirit, his exuberant masculine energy, his gift for language, and his intense relationship between his interior self and the natural world, both his headstrong lustiness and his ability for provident forethought. He carries his clothes across the river, then recrosses before swimming over. This scene, however, occurs right after his mother's repeated warning not to swim the Songahatchee, and John's parting promise to her to stop running and a-ripping and climbing trees and rocks and jumping. The seeds of his inner conflict are evident. In an ironic twist recalling the incestuous relationships in the South, John leaves home to find work under Alf Pearson, who remarks, "Your face looks sort of familiar, but I can't place you," before giving him the cast-off clothes of his legitimate son. But when the judge's wife objects to John driving their coach, he is put to work in the barns.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?